Hello, everybody. Steve coming at you, and welcome to Last Reps Baseball. Tonight should be an exciting matchup between two Japanese powerhouse baseball teams. I hope you all enjoy this and treat Freddie with all the respect he deserves. Call a good game, Freddie, and who knows, someday you may even see me in one of these games. And if you don't, you might want to come check out my channel and see what I do. You know what? But hey, let's get back to Freddie. Let's get some baseball. Let's just have a great game.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Reps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are going to be bringing you the fourth game of the series between the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Orix Buffaloes. It is a 3-1 lead for the Buffaloes. Yep, you heard it right, 3-1, as they were spotted a 1-0 lead when they began the series. And they are now in a position where they can clinch their victory and punch their ticket into the Japan series that will begin next weekend against the Hanshin Tigers, who, from the Central League, picked up the victory last night over the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. And they are already waiting for the winner of this series. Well, first of all, we're going to give you the starting lineups from the visitors from the Chiba Lotte Marines. There have been some changes in the lineup tonight. Leading off and playing at right field is number 0, Takashi Ojino. Hitting second at shortstop is number 4, Yudai Fujioka. And left field tonight at wearing number 50 is Shingo Ishikawa. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 22, Gregory Polanco. Tonight at second base wearing number 67 is Kenta Chitani. Batting sixth at third base is number 5, Hisanori Yasuda. Batting in the seventh spot and playing first base is number 51, Koki Yamaguchi. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is number 32, Toshiya Sato. At batting ninth in center field is number 1, Kyoda Fujiwara. And they are going to be facing the star lefty for the Buffaloes. It'll be Hiroya Miyagi taking to the hill. He had a 10-4 regular season record with 146 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 107 hits. He gave up 38 runs, 37 were earned. He'd walked 31 and struck out 122, but he had a sparkling 2.27 earned run average. Well, that's your starting lineup for the visitors from Chiba. Now your starting lineup for the home club, the Orix Buffaloes. Leading off in center field wearing number 67 is Kai Nakagawa. Hitting second and playing second base is number 5, Masahiro Nishino. Batting third and right field is number 4, Tomoya Mori. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 40, Leandro Cedeno. Batting fifth and left field wearing number 99 is Yataro Sugimoto. Hitting sixth at third base is number 6, Yuma Mune. Batting in the seventh spot doing the catching is number 2, Kenya Wakatsuki. Hitting eighth at first base wearing number 8 is Marwin Gonzalez. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is number 9, Tomoya Noguchi. And they are going to be facing Atsuki Tenichi, who takes to the hill for the Marines. He's got a 10-7 record on the season. He's worked 136 2/3 innings. He's allowed 124 hits. He's given up 56 runs, 52 were earned. He had issued 45 walks and struck out 157 batters, pitching to a 3.42 earned run average. Well, those are your starting lineups. We're just a couple of minutes away to the first pitch. The Buffaloes have been introduced and have taken the field. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with all the action for you. It is Marines and Buffaloes, Game 4 of the Climax Series playoffs in the Pacific League. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with all the action. Stay tuned, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It is Hiroya Miyagi completing his warm-up tosses, and we are ready to get this one underway. Our friend Titus is the first one to join us in the chat tonight. We welcome you. We are glad that you could be here, and we hope that you're going to nestle in and enjoy this one with us. It is a solid crowd tonight here on the Saturday ball game in Osaka. As we had commented on, the Thursday night game was a little bit sparse in terms of attendance. The first pitch of the ball game is a fastball that misses upstairs, and it's 1-0 to Takashi Ojino. Ojino, Fujioka, and Ishikawa to bat here against Miyagi in the top of the first inning. Ojino 7 for 21 in the playoffs as he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. He has a homer and 2 runs batted in. That home run was the first at bat against the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks in game 1 of that series. So left-hander against the right-hander. Miyagi delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short, fielded by Noguchi. He throws to first, and that's going to put the first batter in the books on a ground out, 6-3. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Yudai Fujioka. Defensively tonight for the Buffaloes, there were some changes from left to right field in the outfield. Sugimoto is in left, Nakagawa is in center, and the right fielder is Mori. Around the horn from first to third, you've got Gonzalez at first. The second baseman tonight is Nishino. Noguchi at short, and the third baseman Mune with the battery of Miyagi and Wakatsuki. And there is a 58-mile-an-hour fastball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Fujioka. Our friend Burnwan says, what are our predictions for the game tonight? As the 0-1 is on the way, there's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. I think the Marines are going to win tonight. I don't think they're going to win the series, but I think they'll win tonight. They need to get a victory here, and of course, I'm sure that the NPB would love to see a game going tomorrow night on the weekend. A full week between games, probably not what they had drawn up. Fastball swung on. This is popped up over on the third base side. That ball's going to drift into the seats. The count goes to 1-2 on Fujioka. As far as scoring tonight, I'm not sure what the line was set on the over-under, but if I'll give you a total runs scored in this game, I think it's going to be 7 or above. So take that for what it's worth. It looks like says the over-under is 6. Yeah, I'm going to go over on the 7 and plus mark. There's a fastball that is missed down in the way, and the count goes to 2-2. Both teams were offensively starved last night as the Buffaloes scored 2 in the 8th. And there is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and Fujioka goes down on strikes. He's in the books for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here on the first. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa in the playoffs, he is 2 for 7. He has been platooning with Kakanaka out in left field, and that continues tonight. Ishikawa has been the batter that has faced the left-handers as Miyagi's on the mound, and Kakanaka has faced the right-handers. And here comes the first offering from Miyagi. It's a slow breaking ball swung on and tap foul. The count is 0-1 to Ishikawa. The 30-year-old batting from the right side against the left-handed throwing Miyagi. Yeah, he did enjoy himself a pretty good regular season as he had part-time role. There's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to short. Noguchi fields it. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Ishikawa. It goes in the books as a ground out, 6-3. So Noguchi tested twice here in the first inning, and both times he makes the plays look easy. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through a half inning in Osaka. Your score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 0 and the Orix Buffaloes coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. Rhodes Scholars here. And we are about to get an education in Japanese baseball. We'll be right back in just a few.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. Tadichi has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get the bottom half of the first inning going. It is going to be Nakagawa, Nishino, and Mori to come to bat here to test the Marines' right-hander. He had put out some pretty good numbers, did Tanichi, in the season. 157 strikeouts in those 136 and two-thirds innings worked. Pretty solid, I would have to say, more than one per inning. He does feature a pretty good breaking ball as well as a decent fastball. The first pitch is delivered, and it is a fastball that just misses outside. The count is 1-0. Fastball is generally in the mid-90s. As the right-hander delivers again, there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Kai Nakagawa. Nakagawa 3 for 14 in the series with no homers and an RBI. He did collect a couple of base hits in last night's ball game. As the pitch is delivered, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. Friend Road Scholar says, I would take the over, as that is what I said as well. Before the over-under was flashed, as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 2-2. My thought, the score number of 7 runs minimum would be in this one here tonight. Yeah, to you in the house, he says, I'm hoping for an Orix Hanshin final. The Osaka Derby is next week as well. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2 to Nakagawa. Well, it would be a Electric City Osaka for that battle between the Buffaloes and the Tigers. And of course, the Tigers are the favorites for the most part in that region. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Moving over is the right fielder, Ogino. He's there and makes the catch, and that's going to retire Nakagawa for the first out of the inning. So 1 up bad, 1 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Masahiro Nishino. Well, for Nishino, he's getting the start at second base tonight. It has been a bit of a, we've talked about this throughout the series, a revolving door. Shogibo, Nishino, no Ryodachi yet, but we have seen Gonzalez there as the fastball misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Nishino. Nishino 0 for 4 in the series. Nothing across the slash line for him. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander ready to deliver again. The pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 2-1. Burn One says, is it a bullpen game? Nope, both of these are their true starters. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count now is 2-1. Miyagi, as we said, logged 146 and two-thirds innings this year. His counterpart, Tanichi, logged 136 and two-thirds. Fastball that just misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes on Nishino. Miyagi is a very good left-hander here for the Buffaloes. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 3-2 to Nishino. What he does do well is he keeps the walks down. He's approximately almost 1 walk for every 5 innings. He does not scatter a ton of hits. He only gave up 107 this year. And there's a breaking ball that misses down, and that's going to be ball 4. Nishino is going to be aboard with a 1-out walk. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Tomoya Mori. On the flip side, Tanichi, also very similar. He had 45 walks in 136 and 2/3 innings. So he is approximately one walk for every 3 innings and change. But his strikeout rate, he is punching out more than one per inning. So that is very impressive. But I would say at this point in their careers, the better command and control, generally speaking, would go to the left-hander from Orix. That would be Miyagi. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Mori. Mori again getting the start in right field tonight. Of course, with Wakatsuki having a 3-hit ball game last night, probably made it an easy decision for Nakajima, the manager, to fill out the lineup card today, as Wakatsuki is back in the lineup. There is a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even at 1-1. Mori in the series, 2 for 10, no homers, no RBIs, nothing on the slash line. That last pitch was fouled off, went right up into the face mask of the umpire. Took a bounce and took a crazy hop. Here comes the 1-1 pitch as the right-hander holds set, now delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats on the third base side. The count goes to 1-2 on Mori. Defensively tonight for the Marines from left to right field, it is Ishikawa in left. The center fielder is Fujiwara. Right fielder is Ogino. Around the horn, Yamaguchi at first, Chitani at second. The shortstop is Fujioka, and the third baseman is Yasuda. With Tanichi and Sato the battery. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2 on Mori. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mori to be followed by Leandro Cedeno. In the Buffalo batting order here, they've got a lot of beef in the middle part of the order, and they've got some guys who can really swing the bat. That being said, only 1 home run for the Buffaloes in this lineup tonight. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. And this ball is going to be gone. A home run for Mori. Took the words right out of my mouth just as I'm saying there was only 1 home run in the lineup tonight. Let's make that one 2. As Mori has delivered a 2-run homer here to put the Buffaloes ahead 2-0 here in the first inning. I'll cue that right on schedule. Couldn't get the words out of my mouth fast enough. And Tomoya Mori launches it into the right field seats. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Leandro Cedeno. And for Cedeno, he is 3 for 12 on the series with a home run and 3 RBIs. He's the other player with a home run. First pitch, breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Cedeno. So Tomoya Mori finally depositing one into the seats. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. As Tanichi delivers, there's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. And our friend Rhodes Scholar said he would take the over. Well, we're looking pretty good right now. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. We've got Oakland Patches in the house tonight. And he has put some things in the chat that we can't decipher because my ability to read Japanese is not so good. So he must be saying Mori for the home run. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cedeno to be followed by Yataro Sugimoto here in the first inning as the Buffaloes are jumped out to a 2-0 lead here on the Marines. Here's the pitch. That's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Cedeno goes in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone, and it'll bring up the left fielder Yataro Sugimoto. Well, for Sugimoto, he is 4 for 10 in the series with no homers and a couple RBIs. He has been pretty solid defensively as well. Made a couple of really nice sliding catches in the last couple of games. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. The 32-year-old hitting from the right side. Waits on the offering. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Whatever the outcome of this game, if the Marines do get a win, we'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow night. 0-2 on the way. There's a fastball swung on. This is lined into right field, and this one is going to slice just foul down the right field line. Sugimoto just couldn't keep that one fair. It keeps the count at 0-2. It looked like it was probably off the crack of the bat. I thought that was going to stay fair. But that ball just sliced foul only by a couple of feet. So if there is another game tomorrow night, we will have it for you. And if not, then it'll be the Japan series, and we are a week away from that. We'd be excited for that series as well. I'm interested to see if the Buffaloes will play a home game in Kobe this year. The last couple of years, I think they, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they played a home date at the Hodomoto field. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2 on Sugimoto. Of course, they play some of their home games in Kobe and some of the home games at the Kyocera Dome in Osaka, which is where we're playing tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, and it's muscled foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nietzsche gets himself a new baseball, and he's ready to go again. This is going to be the 29th pitch of the inning. It's a split finger pitch swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. And the count remains at 1-2. We had the question from Burn One earlier. He wanted to know if this was going to be a bullpen day or if this was going to be starters. And in my opinion here, this is a couple of starters, but we may be going to the bullpen out of necessity early. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Fujiwara's got room and space. He makes the catch, and Sugimoto is down for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before damage has been done. There was 2 runs in the inning on the 2-run homer by Tomoya Mori. There was 1 hit. There were no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We are through 1 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes 2 and the Chiba Lotte Marines no score. Our friend Road Scholar says, I don't think Polanco and Cedeno's bats will stay quiet tonight. I have to agree. I think there's going to be some offensive fireworks in this one. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for Chiba here in the 2nd inning. That means it's going to be Gregory Polanco, Kenta Chitani, and Hisanori Yasuda, as they're going to try to unlock the key to success here against Miyagi. Will begin his 2nd inning of work. For Polanco in the playoffs, he is 5 for 21. He's got a homer and 7 RBIs. He really started the playoffs at a pretty good clip. He's cooled in the last couple of games. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-0. They have provided a steady diet of left-handed relievers to face the left-handed Dominican. There's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul over on the third base side. The count goes even to 1-1. 7 RBIs is the most of any player between these two ball clubs. Hisanori Yasuda is slotted in next at 6. And there is a very slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. That was at 91 kilometers per hour. And on my books, that is 54 miles an hour. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Polanco. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly over to short. Noguchi on the run fields it. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Polanco. Ground out 6-3. So Kotaro Kobayashi getting the night off tonight. But Noguchi already making 3 plays in the 4 outs that have been recorded. We got our friend Influence back in the house tonight. We welcome you again. We appreciate you for your support and listening in. So Miyagi ready to go back to work. Here comes the first offering to Chitani. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Chitani 0 for 5 in the playoffs. The 25-year-old getting the start tonight at second base. He has seen action at first base and at third base, as there is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. Shogo Nakamura, the captain of the ball club and second baseman, he has played well defensively, but boy, has he really stunk it up on the offensive side, and they finally have taken him out of the order. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-2. He's definitely, Nakamura was not helping the ball club. He was hurting the ball club in a lot of situations. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on, and already the manager, Yoshi, is looking like a genius as Chitani's got a line drive base hit into center field. And that is equaling the total number of hits that Nakamura's had through the whole playoffs. So he's got himself a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. And for Yasuda, he's had a pretty solid playoff. He's 7 for 21, no homers and 6 RBIs. But he has had some clutch hits in the playoff games, and he is here batting from the left side against the left-handed throwing Miyagi. And the first pitch is a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. That was at 59 miles an hour. Miyagi just floats it right up there. And then he usually comes back with something pretty firm, right around the 90-plus mile an hour mark. Here comes the 0-1 offering. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and now Hisanori Yasuda is in the hole at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Koki Yamaguchi to follow here, as he has got the start at first base tonight. But 0-2 here to Yasuda as the lefty delivers. There's another breaking ball that misses way out. Count is 1-2. All kinds of entertaining action in Major League Baseball as the Houston Astros down 2-0 in that series. Won 3 straight to take the lead on the Texas Rangers. No trash cans needed in that series as of now. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Yasuda stood there like the house by the side of the row. He watched that fastball zing right on by. Miyagi retires him for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Koki Yamaguchi. In the other series, it is the Phillies and the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks came from behind to grab a 6-5 victory tonight over the Phillies. So that series is all locked up at 2s. As Miyagi holds to the set and now delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is no balls and 1 strike to Yamaguchi. I have to say that I probably, in my opinion, I think that the Phillies are definitely the favored team, and I wouldn't bat an eye if they get back to the World Series. But certainly, as far as in my opinion is concerned, the Diamondbacks are an exciting team. They can run a little bit. They play some defense. They're getting some pretty good pitching right now, or good enough pitching to be able to win games. There's a really slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. Another one at 91 kilometers an hour, which is about 54 miles per hour. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yamaguchi. If it was any slower, we'd have to put it into EFIS pitch category. And then he comes back with a 91 mile an hour fastball and absolutely blows it by Yamaguchi. He's down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's the third strikeout here by Miyagi tonight. No runs in the inning. There was the hit by Chitani. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom half of the second inning. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 2, Chiba Lotte Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in here tonight. Our friend CB in the house and Oakland Patches also asking questions. I'll come back in just a couple moments with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We've got Yuma Mune stepping up to the plate, and he takes a first pitch, split finger pitch down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Mune, Wakatsuki, and Gonzalez to face the right-hander Tanichi here as he takes another breaking ball down, and the count now goes to 2-0. Our couple of comments in the chat. Our friend Oakland Patches said he joined a bit late, and he says, why isn't Sasaki pitching tonight? Well, he threw in game 1 of the series, 3 innings. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. But that is the $1 million question. If I was on the other side of the ocean and I was in the post-game presser, that would be one of the questions I'd be asking the manager. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted into straightaway center field. Drifting a little bit to his right to make the catch is Fujiwara, and Mune is gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That is going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. And for Wakatsuki, he's 4 for 8 in the series. He's got no homers and 3 RBIs. And 3 of those hits came in last night's ball game. His bat was absolutely on fire. And Oakland Patches also makes the point. He says this is do or die, as squaring to bunt is Wakatsuki, and he takes that off-speed pitch for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I know they're limiting innings and some of those type of things, and I don't really understand that myself. I know that obviously Sasaki had some issues. It was a lat issue. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2. But that lat issue was a few months ago, and you're right, they are limiting the innings, but here we are in a playoff situation here. If a guy's good to go, you got to try to get something out of him, and there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Wakatsuki stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the first baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. Honestly, I don't even know. When I saw that Tanichi was going to be the starter tonight, I'm not expecting Sasaki tonight. I would expect him to be the starter tomorrow night, to be quite frank. Here comes the first offering to Gonzalez. It's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Gonzalez 1 for 9 in the playoff series, no homers and an RBI. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. 39 pitches already delivered by Tanichi here in the first inning and 2/3 plus of this ball game. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. But there are some decisions that are made, and as I say before, I'd be very curious to have a discussion with the Marines or the Buffaloes as to why. There's a fastball that misses down. The count is 2-2. Why they would make certain decisions, why they would play certain guys. You're trying to win a playoff series. There's just a lot of movement sometimes in some of these ball clubs. And there's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Gonzalez is down on strikes. He's gone for the third out of the inning. It's the third strike of the ball game for Tanichi. The Buffaloes go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're now through 2 complete innings. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the third when we return after this, and we'll ponder more thoughts as to why some of these decisions are made or not made. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The starter Miyagi has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to resume the action. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat here for Chiba in their half of the third inning. Sato, Fujiwara, and the top of the order, Ogino, to face the lefty here. And the first pitch is on the way. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Sato in the playoffs is 1 for 9. He is waiting here as the lefty kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. Not sure if our friend CV, baseball card collector, is still in the house, but I saw his response to a comment we left earlier on one of his videos. There's a fastball taken to it for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. I'm not sure if he's currently in Los Angeles or he is just passing through as the 1-2 pitch is on the way. It is a fastball that just misses up and away, and the count goes even to 2-2 on Sato. That last pitch registered on the radar gun at 92 miles an hour. Lefty working back to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul into the seats down the third base line, and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sato. Our friend Robert in the house here today, and he says, what inning is it? As there's a breaking ball swung on, it is grounded over to the right side of the infield, fielded by the first baseman Gonzalez. He flips it to Miyagi, who's going to win the race to the base. Oh, that was close. As Sato really hustled down the line, that's going to go down as a ground out 3-1. And that is going to put him in the books for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Kyoto Fujiwara. Well, Robert, if you look at the ticker at the bottom of your screen running across, it'll tell you the score and the inning. Our friend undrafted player in the house, we welcome you. He says he's just chilling and listening to our live. That's great, as the Buffaloes are doing it. I was going to ask Fabian if he ended up getting anything at all from the NPB this year. I know he got something from the Buffaloes in 2022. So Fujiwara stepping to the plate. He's 1 for 8 in these playoffs. He's got no homers and a couple RBIs. Gets the start tonight over Hiromi Oka, and there's a very slow breaking ball that misses up and in. The count is 1-0 to Fujiwara. Oka did have a double in last night's ball game in the 9th inning to try to start the fire. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. CB says he's in LA for a conference. And the 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. Our friend Oakland Patches says maybe Masato forgot that the Buffs were given a 1-game lead. Yeah, exactly. Like the Buffaloes need all the help they can get. There's a fastball swung on. It's popped up in the shallow left field. Moving back on it is Noguchi, and he's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Fujiwara for the second out of the inning. Noguchi's been busy tonight. That's his first putout, but he's had 3 assists so far in this one. As we said, he got the start over Kobayashi here tonight. Before the ball game, our friend, I think it was Burnwin, asked us who we thought was going to win, and I'm still pointing toward the Marines. I think the Marines win this game tonight, but it's only a matter of time until they're eliminated, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, or Monday. Here comes the offering from Miyagi. There's another slow breaking ball. Drops in just a bit inside, and that's going to be 1 ball and no strikes to Ogino. Let's see if he follows suit with a 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball as he kicks and delivers, and it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined right to the left fielder, Sugimoto, who's going to make the grab, and Ogino's going to be put away for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Marines in their half of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. The right-hander Tanichi ready to go back to work. He's going to be facing Noguchi, Nakagawa, and Nishino, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Noguchi. Noguchi getting the start tonight as the shortstop as he swings through a fastball and misses, and the count is 0-2. It's his first action of the playoffs. We have seen him playing in right field on a number of occasions this year for the Buffaloes, as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Noguchi batting from the left side against the right-hander Tanichi, who delivers a split-finger pitch, swung on and missed. Noguchi goes in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up the top of the order in Kai Nakagawa. That is strikeout number 4, 3 in a row now, recorded by Tanichi. So Nakagawa striding to the plate, 0 for 1 tonight. He lined out to the right fielder his first time up. He digs himself in here, ready to face the offering from the right-hander. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that just misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Nakagawa. Nakagawa had a couple of hits in last night's ball game. Get himself off of the schneid, as there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanichi kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined over the head of the second baseman, Chitani. And Nakagawa is aboard with a 1-out single here in the third inning. Nice piece of hitting by Nakagawa. He went the other way with the pitch and lined that ball just over top of the outstretched glove of Chitani into right field for that 1-out single. So the runner Nakagawa aboard with the single. He gets his lead at first. And Masahiro Nishino at the plate, who takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Nishino walked his first time up, and he came around to score on the home run by Tomoya Mori. As the right-hander works to the set, he now is ready to deliver the offering here to Nishino. Kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Nakagawa establishing his lead over at first base. He's got the oven mitt on his hand. As here's the 1-1 on the way. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the line in left field. Moving over and making the catch in foul territory is Ishikawa. That's going to retire Nishino for the second out of the inning. Retreating back to first base is Nakagawa, and that will bring up the right fielder, Tomoya Mori. I was thinking about the oven mitts that the players are wearing, and I forget which major league commentator it was talking about it. I think Ron Darling might have been speaking about it in the playoffs. There's been a couple of the Toronto Blue Jays broadcasters. I know the Detroit Tiger broadcasters, Dan Petrie, the former pitcher, brought it up. And they're talking about the use of this oven mitt, as there's a fastball swung on and grounded over the first base side, and the count is 1-1. With stolen bases up and certainly the close plays at second, when these guys put the oven mitt on, who's to say that the oven mitt can't be 3, 4, 5 inches longer than their fingers? And so if they slide headfirst into the base, as there's a fastball swung on, it's grounded over to second. Chitani fields it, he throws to first. Mori's retired on a ground out 4-3, and that is going to do it. He's in the books for the third out of the inning. I'll come back and talk about oven mitts and maybe even some better Betty Crocker cooking in just a few. But there was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 3 complete. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Marines no score. We'll be back with the top of the 4th inning in just a few right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel.
Hey guys, Steve come back at you again. Steve Rademacher, that is. And during this intermission, let's open up a package of Garbage Pail Kids Series 4 Chrome, shall we? See what we get, then we'll come right back to the game with Freddie. Oh, very nice. I got a Ruptured Rupert. Very nice. We have a Jules Brooks. to go right along with everyone's favorite Death Jeff. Sorry about the glare, but that's what Chrome do. We did get a mosquito. That's Wisconsin state bird right there. And the cracked ice is a pinned penny. Gotta love Garbage Pail Kids. Gotta love Freddy. Gotta love baseball. See you next time.
Welcome back, everybody. The first pitch offered to Yudai Fujioka was a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball one. Count is 1-0 to Fujioka. Lefty Miyagi kicks and delivers again. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into left field. Coming in on it is Sugimoto, and he's there to make the catch. Fujioka goes into the books for out number one. So one up and one away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. Just having a quick peek here at my Chiba scoring. Right now, Chiba has been shut out for 12 consecutive innings, entering the fourth inning here tonight. As the lefty delivers it as a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. But that ball is going to get down in front of Sugimoto as he takes it on a in-between hop. And that is going to be a base hit here for Ishikawa. He's aboard with one out, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. And our friend Road Scholar, who was in the house here earlier on, he said that he figures Cedeno of the Buffaloes and Polanco of the Marines won't be stopped at some point here tonight. Their bats will be on display for some power. Well, here comes an opportunity right here. Our friend Veggie Weggie in the house tonight. Appreciate you being here. Says they need the over of 5.5. Well, at the outset of the game, we picked the Marines to win, and we picked a high-scoring affair. We figured it would be 7 or more in this one, not knowing the over-under, which would be over the over. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away by Polanco. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Lefty Miyagi ready to go again. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is hit to the left side of the infield. Noguchi fields it. He goes to second for one, but they're not going to be able to roll the double play as Polanco did get down the line in a hurry. They did have the infield shading to the right, and that's where Noguchi was. He was almost over the bag at second base, so he had to go to his right to get it. So that will be a fielder's choice, 6-4 to retire Ishikawa for the second out. Polanco is safe at first base, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Kenta Chitani. Influence says he got it at 7.5. He took the under. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses to Chitani for a ball. Chitani tonight, 1 for 1, had a single his first time up. 1 for 6 in the playoffs. Veggie Weggie says if Orix wants to win, they better have a big lead. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is even now at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the lefty Miyagi kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that misses down and in. A good stop there by the catcher Wakatsuki, running the count to 2 balls and 1 strike on Chitani. Yeah, I just think in tonight's ball game here, I can see that there could be some runs scored tonight. But in fairness, Miyagi has been able to keep the hitters off balance with his 54-mile-an-hour breaking ball. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and then he pours in a 91 or 2-mile-an-hour fastball. It probably looks like it's coming in at 110. Right after he throws one of those soft breaking balls. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Chitani. Hisanori Yasuda waits on deck. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be grounded up the middle past the glove of the second baseman, Nishino, and that is going to be the second hit of the ball game for Chitani. Oh, Yoshi looking like a genius. After the insertion of Chitani in the lineup at second base, sitting the captain Shogo Nakamura down. Our friend Living Room Sports in here is pleading for no Hollis tonight. We are actually thinking about queuing him up next, but we're not sure about that one yet, as Living Room Sports was going to make his NPB picks tonight. Instead, we're going to do a Hollis marathon for him. So runners at first and second, 2 gone. It is Hisanori Yasuda at the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his first time up. He takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Our friend Rhodes Scholar is fist pumping our friend the living room there. There's a breaking ball swung at and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Yasuda. The lefty Miyagi ready to go again, and now he steps off the backside of the rubber and reaches for the rosin bag one more time. Gets the sign from his catcher. He works set to the belt. Checks the runner Polanco at second. There is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. Moving over underneath it is Sugimoto, and he's going to make the grab. And that is going to retire Yasuda for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here. Well, the Buffaloes had a couple of hits in the inning. There were no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. You're now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Marines no score. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll consider that Matt Hollis in just a few, right after Steve having a beer.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game, really exciting, lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the batting order to come to bat here, and we are going to have a pitching change. So we were talking about that here. Well, maybe our friend Rhodes Scholar's onto something. It is going to be the right-hander, and it is going to be Azuma coming into the ball game. So maybe the Marines are using their computers to make decisions on who's coming in and who isn't. Yasuki Azuma on in relief. So maybe it'll be a bullpen day of 3-3-3 tonight for these two teams. Tanichi's night is over as the right-hander Azuma on to take over. So Yusuke Azuma delivers the first pitch breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Cedeno. Cedeno waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering, and the pitch is on the way. It's a changeup swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2. Who knows? Maybe it will be Sasaki for the final 2 or 3 frames if the Marines can find a way to score a run. 13 innings without a run pushed across the plate now. As there is a breaking ball that misses, and the count now goes to 1-2. Friend Rhodes Scholar says you got to bring some food for him to eat. There's nothing besides hot sauce and beer. There's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Cedeno stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Yataro Sugimoto. No protein in that fridge whatsoever. Well, that brings up Sugimoto, who is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to center field his first time up. He is 4 for 11 in the series. As the right-hander Azuma delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Sugimoto is aboard with a lead-off or a one-out single here. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. So Mune striding to the plate. He is 4 for 12 in the series. He flew out to center field his first time up. Batting here with runner at first and one gone. Our friend Road Scholar says, I'd love to open some packs and eat some old chewing gum. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Yeah, certainly some of that stuff, the old gum would be entertaining as long as there's no mold on it. No balls and one strike to Mune. As the right-hander delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. There is no tomorrow for the Marines if they lose tonight. They got to find a way to get a victory here if they want to keep this series alive. And if not, it'll be a bit of a haul here for all of us, as the playoffs or the Japan series doesn't start till next weekend. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Digging around second and heading to third is Sugimoto. And stopping at first is Mune. So he's got himself a base knock, and they got runners on the corners now with one gone, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. So again, the question that would be asked, at least by me, is why did they take Tanichi out after 3? He had the rough first inning where he gave up the home run to Mori. He retired 6. Check that. He retired 8 of the last 9 batters he had faced. And then they go to the bullpen here. And now you've got runners on the corners. They're going to play the infield in here to try to cut the runner off at the plate. But that's baffling to me why they would have changed him, unless they think that the second time through some of the order, he is not going to work. And I just don't know. I just don't have an explanation. And here you bring in Azuma, and he's already getting knocked around the park a little bit. So runners at the corners with one gone. Kenya Wakatsuki at the plate. 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his first time up. The middles are actually halfway here. They're in double play depth up the middle. Corners and halves here. The corners are in tight. They're going to cut the runoff at the plate here. So here comes the offering from the right-hander Azuma. And that is a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Wakatsuki. Wakatsuki, as we said, 4 for 9 in the playoffs with no homers and 3 RBIs. 3 of those 4 hits came in last night's affair. And by doing that, he punched his ticket to get back in the lineup here again tonight. Road Scholar says he still wants to know what's in Steve's freezer. Here's the pitch. The 0-1 is lined right back to the pitcher. It is caught. Oh, what a play there. That ball was hit right on the screws by Wakatsuki, and some wherewithal by Azuma. He checked the runner at third. Sugimoto retreated back, and then he looked over to first base, and the runner Mune was able to get back in time. But a nice play there by Azuma. That's going to retire Wakatsuki for the second out of the inning, and that'll leave it up to the first baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. Well, for Gonzalez, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. That was against the starter Tanichi. As the right-hander Azuma ready to go again. Then the pitch is on the way. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We're here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This game has had some pretty good tempo and pace to it tonight. The 2-run homer in the first inning by Maury, and after that, it has been pretty decent baseball in terms of the pace of play. Pitch on the way, fastball swung on, grounded to second, fielded by Chitani. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. Gonzalez in the books on a groundout, 4-3 for out number 3. And that is going to complete the fourth inning. No runs in the inning. There was a couple of hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the fifth inning. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 2 and the Chiba Lotte Marines no score. Hang with us, everybody. We'll be right back after this, because with that being said, it's time for us to take a look in Steve's refrigerator. And you know what we're talking about.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, hey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. We are moving to the top of the fifth inning, and this here is going to be the fifth inning of work here by the starter Hiroya Miyagi. He has been absolutely outstanding so far in this one, as he has not allowed a run through his 4 innings of work. Coming to bat for Chiba here, it'll be the bottom third of the batting order, as that is going to be Koki Yamaguchi, Toshiya Sato, and Kyota Fujiwara. The first pitch was a breaking ball that was up for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi 0 for 1 tonight as he swings at a fastball. He lifts this one into deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track is Sugimoto, and he's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Yamaguchi for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. Well, for Sato tonight, he is 0 for 1. He grounded. It was a really nice play by Gonzalez and the pitcher Miyagi the last time, as Miyagi had to get over to cover, and he won the foot race against Sato to first. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Toshiya Sato. Left-hander against the left-hander. Miyagi delivers. It's a fastball that bounces away from the catcher and gets all the way to the backstop, and that runs the count even to 1-1 on Sato. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty Miyagi delivers again. There's a fastball swung on. It is taken on 1 hop by the shortstop Noguchi. He fires to first, and that's going to retire Sato on a groundout, 6-3. He's in the books for the second out of the inning, and that is going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Kyota Fujiwara. Well, for Fujiwara, he is 0 for 1 in this one. He popped to the shortstop his first time up. The difference in this ballgame, the 2-run homer in the first inning by Tomoya Mori. That has been all the runs scored tonight. First pitch fastball misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Fujiwara. Fujiwara 1 for 9 in the playoffs, as he waits here on the offering from the lefty, and it's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. No homers and 2 runs batted in the playoffs for the left-handed hitting center fielder. There's a breaking ball waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. 59th pitch on the way from Miyagi. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit the straightaway center field. Moving back underneath it with room to make the catch is Nakagawa, and that's going to do it, as that'll be retire Fujiwara for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard here in the 5th inning for the Marines. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 5th. It is the Orix Buffaloes 2 and the Chiba Lotte Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Welcome back, everybody. The pitching parade for the Chiba Lotte Marines continues as they're bringing in a right-hander. It is going to be Ryotaro Mori, as he is going to be taking over here for Azuma in the 5th inning of work. So Mori on in relief, and he is going to be slated to face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order for the Buffaloes. Noguchi, Nakagawa, and Nishino to come to bat here in the 5th inning. He faced the right-hander Mori. 0 for 1 on the evening is Noguchi. 0 for 1 in the playoffs as he gets his first taste of playoff action here tonight. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to second. Fielded by Chitani, he flips it over to first. Noguchi retired on a groundout 4-3 for out number 1. One of the books, and it'll bring up the top of the order in Kai Nakagawa. So Nakagawa striding to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. He has also lined to the right fielder. So 4 for 16 now in the playoffs. Looks like he may have started to figure it out and got himself going. 2 hits in last night's game, 1 here tonight. Slow breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Kakao getting the start again in center field. He did have a start in this series at first base. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal to the first base umpire, but they say he didn't go. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nakagawa. Right-hander Mori getting the sign from his catcher. He rocks into the windup. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 2-1. A difference in this game is the 2-run shot by Tomoya Mori of the Buffaloes. That was back in the 1st inning, and that is all the scoring here. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. Check that, 3-1 to Nakagawa. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Mori rocking into the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on it. Is chopped softly back to the pitcher. Mori fields it. He fires to first, almost into the runner. And that is going to retire Nakagawa on a ground out 1-3. He's in the books for out number 2, and that'll leave it up to the second baseman, Masahiro Nishino. Well, for Nishino, he is 0 for 1. He has flown to left. He has walked and scored a run. Nishino in the playoffs 0 for 5. That's the first pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I don't think I've ever seen Mori pitch, meaning the Chiba Mori, the Ritaro Mori. But he looks pretty good out there on the mound. There's another breaking ball that drops in, and it's now 0-2. Not sure what the plans next year for the starting rotation for Chiba would be looking like. But Mori looks like somebody you could probably stretch out just beyond the 1 inning of work. Fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-2. As I say, I don't know a whole lot about the right-hander, but he certainly looks pretty smooth. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike, and Nishino goes in the books. He's gone for out number 3, and that's going to do it here in the 5th inning for the Buffaloes. Well, if you have an over-under in this one here, the 2 is probably going to take you to the under for the first 5. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. And for those of you who know us and know us well, we like to call this our Japanese halftime. This is where we're going to take the extended break, as they are doing it here as well. We'll be back here in just a couple moments, everybody. Appreciate you guys for listening in. Our friend Burn One says, let's go. And it is time for our little mini break. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate you guys for being with us. It is the Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel. We're going to be going to the top of the 6th when we return in just a bit. Welcome back, everybody. We're ready to resume the action here as the first pitch delivered to Ogino was a strike, and now there's a breaking ball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-1. Ogino batting here in the top of the sixth. It's the top of the order, Ogino, Fujioka, and Ishikawa. You face the lefty Miyagi, who delivers a breaking ball down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Our friend Rhodes Scholar here says Chiba. I'd like to see Chiba get one tonight because I do think the Buffaloes are going to win the series. I wouldn't mind watching some baseball again tomorrow night as there's a breaking ball tap foul over on the third base side. Count is 2-2. I don't know what we're going to do to fill our time tomorrow night. Well, besides the fact that in the early part of the evening, I got to make some kids better. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the pitch is delivered, there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the right field line. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. It remains here to Ogino. 59 pitches through the 5 innings for the lefty Miyagi here. Hardly had to break a sweat. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is ripped down the left field line. It's going to get down into the corner, and it's off the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is Ogino, and the throw is going to come in. And he's got himself a stand-up double here to start the 6th inning. So our friend Rhodes Scholar will definitely be pounding his fist there, as that is Ogino aboard here with a leadoff double, and it's going to bring up the shortstop Yudai Fujioka. And if they're playing for 1 run, you got to think that maybe Fujioka here, ground ball to the right side, or maybe even a bunt here, will do the trick, and that's going to bring the big boppers to try to knock home Ogino. So Ogino gets his lead over at second base. Fujioka waiting here on the offering from Miyagi. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle. Nice play by Noguchi. He ranges to his left, and advancing over to third is the runner Ogino. Nice piece of base running by him, but that's going to go as a ground out 6-3. It retires Fujioka for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the left fielder Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa in this one, he is 1 for 2. He's got a single in 2 trips. He was raced on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning after that single, and he is grounded out to the shortstop. So 1 for 2 in this one, 3 for 9 in the playoffs. Marines need to get a run back here. This is the opportunity to do so. Runner at third with 1 gone. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Gregory Polanco will wait his turn on deck. So Ishikawa here, ahead in the count 1-0. Lefty Miyagi working himself to the belt. And here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is 1-1. Oh, Ishikawa, I think, wants that one back. He knows he was right on time with the pitch. Our friend Burn one says, might regret not taking that plus 2.5 or the 3.5 Marines. Yeah, this is true. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. Ishikawa did not like that call. He did a 180 and walked out of the batter's box with his hands in the air in disgust. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Rhodes Scholar says pounding coffee and his fist. Go Polanco. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. One thing I'm looking for is a Japanese site that does something like the Baseball Savant on the Major League Baseball site. I don't know if anybody has any of that whereabouts. It could be in Japanese. I could translate it or work on it. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is grounded to the left side of the infield, fielded by the third baseman, Mune, who throws to first. And Ishikawa is going to be retired. I think that may have broke his bat. Holding at third is Ogino. He wasn't going on the contact. That's going to be a ground out, 5-3. So Ishikawa in the books for the second out of the inning. We get a look at that one. Nice play there by Mune. Mune really can field his position quite well. Had a bit of a stretch this year where he was struggling, but nice play there by him. That's going to bring up Gregory Polanco to the plate. The pitching coach had made a stop to the mound to have a word with Miyagi and his entire infield. So Polanco comes to the plate. 0 for 2 on this one. He's bounced into a fielder's choice and he's grounded to short. So 2 gone here with the runner at third, Ogino. And Polanco ready to face the first offering from Miyagi. He's looking to pounce on a mistake here. Here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1. He tried to tie that game up with one swing of the bat. So no balls and 1 strike to Polanco. He's waggling the bat here, waiting on the offering from the lefty Miyagi, who delivers a breaking ball that's down. They appeal to the third base umpire, and up goes the right hand. Polanco is now in the hole at 0-2. Veggie Weggie says, sweating the over. Right now, the over is a ways away. So no balls and 2 strikes to Polanco as he bats here in the top of the 6th inning. The part here is they're starting to run out of time are the Marines. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. They have not now scored a run in 14 2/3 innings. I have yet to see a team never score a run to win a game. Dying near impossible to do that. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty Miyagi holds to the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lots of action still to come in this one here as we are in the top half of the 6th inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And Polanco goes in the books for the strikeout for out number 3. So a wasted leadoff double by Takashi Ogino. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 2 and Chiba Lotte Marines no score. We appreciate everybody for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back in just a bit with all the action right after this. From our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. And it's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat here for the Buffaloes in their half of the 6th inning. Be Mori, Cedeno, and Sugimoto to come to bat. We're just waiting to see if there is another pitching change by the Chiba Lotte Marines. And if it is, it'll be their fourth pitcher to be used in this one here tonight. But it looks like it is still going to be the right-hander Mori coming on for his second inning of work. So no change here. So it's a Mori versus Mori matchup. The right-hander Ryotaro Mori against the left-handed hitting Tomoya Mori. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. It was in the first inning that the big blow came off at Tomoya Mori's bat, the 2-run homer to give the Buffaloes a 2-0 lead, which is where we are here in the sixth inning. Fastball taken for a called strike. And the count now goes to 0-2 on Tomoya Mori. Tough part of the batting order to come to bat here for the Buffaloes. Mori, Cedeno, and Sugimoto all ready to face the right-hander Ryotaro Mori. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. Count now goes to 1-2. Tomoya Mori, that is, had to hop, skip out of the way on that one. So the right-hander Mori ready to go again. He gets the sign, kicks, and he delivers. There's a split-finger pitch that misses down in the dirt. Count now goes to 2-2 on Tomoya Mori. For those of you just joining us, 2-0 lead here for the Buffaloes in their half of the sixth inning. As the right-hander Mori delivers to the Buffaloes Mori, it is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. Ryotaro Mori versus Tomoya Mori. Left-handed hitting Mori waiting on the offering, and the pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 2-2. This is turning into a bit of a battle here between these two Moris. Who will win? Well, we're about to find out here as the drama is unfolding right before our eyes. Ryotaro rocks into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is going to be lined just over the head of the shortstop. Rounding first and heading to second is Tomoya Mori. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off, and it's not going to be in time. That's going to be a leadoff double here for the Buffaloes right fielder. He's at second base with nobody out, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Leandro Cedeno. Well, for Cedeno, he is 0 for 2 in this one. He has struck out twice, once swinging and once looking. 3 for 14 in the playoffs thus far. Our friend Veggie Weggie says, come on, Buffaloes. Probably also cheering for a over here at some point as well. And here comes the offering from the right-hander, and Cedeno swings. He hits a ground ball to the right side. Fielded by Chitani. He throws to first. Cedeno is going to be retired on a ground out 4-3. That was a good piece of hitting by the power hitter. You know, you think about it, swinging out of his backside sometimes, or some of the players that just do that. Ground ball to the right side. Is able to advance Mori over to third. And now that's going to bring up the left fielder, Ryotaro Sugimoto. Well, for Sugimoto, he is 0 for 1 tonight. Sugimoto digs in here. Waiting on the first pitch here from the right-hander. Got some excitement going on out in the neighborhood here. People all over the place. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back, and this one is going to be off the wall. It is taken by the left fielder and fired back in by Ishikawa. We had to wait on that one. It looked like he was going to make the catch, and then he spun around to play it off the wall. It is going to be an RBI double here for Sugimoto. That's going to cash in the third run of the game here for the Buffaloes, as Tomoya Mori is able to cross the plate. RBI here for Sugimoto. That's his second hit of the ball game. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. We get a look at the replay on that. I actually have to say, not necessarily a bad play there by Ishikawa. Almost acting as a bit of a decoy while the Buffaloes are on a collision course with the waiting Hanshin Tigers. If they can win here tonight, it'll be a week away, and it'll be those two ball clubs that will go head-to-head against each other. 3-0 now for the Buffaloes. And that first game is going to go off next Saturday, so it'll be a week in between baseball games. Quite the time. And it is scheduled to be in the, at the home of the Buffaloes, which for all intents and purposes is going to be at the Kyocera Dome, we would think, unless they squeeze one in at Hotomoto Field. So here comes the first offering from the right-hander. He kicks and delivers to Mune. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. That last pitch was at 96 miles an hour. So no balls and one strike to Mune. Veggie Weggie said, wish that ball went further, and don't let off the gas, Buffaloes. Wants to keep it pouring on here. Got to kick a dog when it's down, and that's what you have to do here. There's a fastball swung on it, is lined right to the shortstop, Fujioka. Retreating back to second with some good base running there with Sugimoto. That's going to retire Mune for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. And for Wakatsuki, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and he has lined out in his 2 trips to the plate. He bats here with 2 gone and a runner at second. 3-0 lead for the Buffaloes. Waggling the bat is Wakatsuki. And the pitcher, Mori, works himself to the set. He checks the runner, Sugimoto, and he delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, and it is going to be caught over the shoulder catch by the right fielder, Ogino. What a play by him. Wakatsuki can't believe it. That is going to retire the Buffaloes here in the inning. They got 1 run. They almost had some more. That ball was hit just a little bit harder and a little bit further. They would have had it. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. If you're staying with us, by all it looks like that could be the end of the night for the lefty Miyagi, as it looks like the Buffaloes may be going to the bullpen. I can't believe it. Don't ask me why. He's been pitching great here tonight. What are you saving for? You got a whole week to give him some rest, but that looks like that is going to be the end here for him. We'll be right back in just a couple moments, everybody. We'll let you know what the pitching change is. Unbelievable. And this here is for our friend, the living room, by request tonight. A little bit of Matt Hollis for you.
I've wanted to try this for a while. I want to try to make a wave. This is going to be the eye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a right-hander on in relief here of Miyagi. It is going to be number 45. It is going to be Shota Abe on in relief. The right-hander here coming in. So a little bit shocked that Miyagi's night is going to be done through 6th. But Abe is coming in. I got to tell you, when I saw Abe pitch at the Hotomoto Field in Kobe at the end of, early last month, he did not have a good outing, and he went through a bit of a tough stretch. So Kenta Chitani here to lead it off against him, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Chitani 2 for 2 today, both singles. He is 2 for 7 now in the playoffs. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. Chitani, Yasuda, and Yamaguchi here in the top of the 7th to face the right-hander Abe. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander kicks and delivers again. There's a fastball that misses down. Count now goes to 2-2. And this is the Abe that we have seen in the past, or that I've witnessed this year, where he gets ahead in the count and then he ends up letting the hitter wiggle back in. Can't seem to put him away. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses outside. It's now 3-2. I see in our chat here that there are some fans of Hollis singing. I'll make sure I get you his stuff. You can download all his CDs off of iTunes. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Chitani on strikes. He's gone for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Well, for Yasuda, he is 0 for 2 in this one. He has struck out looking, and he has flown to left. So Abe ready to deliver here. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Oakland Patches says maybe Nakajima wants his bullpen to get some work before a long layoff. I think you worry about that during the week, because there's going to be, both teams are going to have that layoff. As that fastball misses down and into Yasuda, counts 1-1. Tigers will be in the same situation. The only difference is they've got 1 extra day off. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yasuda. As the pitch is on the way, there's a breaking ball swung on. This is going to be lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Yasuda continues his hot swinging ways. That's going to be a single for him here. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Koki Yamaguchi. That was a split-finger pitch that was delivered to the left-handed hitter, Yasuda. But it didn't split so much. It hung right up in the zone, right into the wheelhouse. He was able to keep his hands inside and turn that one into a base knock. Our friend Veggie Weggie is pleading for the comeback to begin. Yamaguchi 0 for 2 tonight. He has not had a great playoff run. He's 2 for 18 in the playoffs. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to third. Mune fields it. They go to second for 1. Back to first. It's not in time. Going to be a fielder's choice. 5-4 to erase Yasuda. He's gone for the second out. Yamaguchi safe at first on that fielder's choice. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. And for Sato, 0 for 2 in this one. He's grounded out to first and grounded it short in his 2 trips to the plate. 1 for 11 in the playoffs. And the right-hander Abby works himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. And there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Sato batting from the left side here. Abby checks the runner over at first. Runner is Yamaguchi. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. Chiba running out of outs. They have not scored a run now in 15 2/3 innings. So 1 ball and 1 strike as Abby checks the runner at first. And here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to second, fielded neatly by Nishino. He flips it over to the shortstop covering, and that's going to be a fielder's choice. 4-6 to erase Yamaguchi. He's gone for the 3rd out, and that will do it here in the 7th inning. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, there was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom half of the 7th inning. We'll be right back in just a couple. We appreciate you guys for being here. Time to go get some hot tea instead of the iced tea we've been enjoying. We'll be back in just a couple moments, everybody. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this. Here's a little bit of music to fire you up. I don't know if it'll fire the Marines up, but it might wake everybody up in the chat.
All right, so I'm gonna finish this little beach scene.
Back, everybody. It is a right-hander Taiki Tojo coming into the ball game, and he delivers the first pitch to Marwin Gonzalez that is swung on and lifted to left field, moving over underneath it and making the catch is the left fielder Ishikawa, and that's going to retire Gonzalez for the first out of the inning. So Taiki Tojo, 1 pitch and 1 away. That is going to bring up the left-handed hitting shortstop Tomoya Noguchi. For Noguchi tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out in his 2 trips. And he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. As Tojo delivers again, there's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count runs even at 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Tojo. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Only 6 outs left for the Marines to do something in this one. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Nice job by Ogino to cut it off before it got into the corner. And Tomoya Noguchi has got his first hit of the playoffs, as he's aboard with a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Kai Nakagawa. Well, for Nakagawa, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He's now 4 for 17 in the playoffs. As Nakagawa comes to the plate, 3-0 lead here for the Buffaloes. They are looking to add some more runs to this. We appreciate everybody who stopped in with us here tonight to listen into this ball game. Obviously, it is not quite the outcome or not quite the way that we had possibly would have expected. Squaring to bunt and bunting that foul is Nakagawa, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kind of would have thought that there would have been more life here for the Chiba Ball Club, but they have been lifeless in this one here tonight, at least on the offensive side. It is Masahiro Nishino who waits his turn on deck. Here comes the 0-1 offering now to Nakagawa. Now he has stepped out of the batter's box, and Tojo is stepping off the rubber. We're going to reset this sequence and do it all over again. As the right-hander works himself to the set position, here comes the 0-1. He squares the bunt. He drops it down. It's a good one. Sato fields it. He throws over to first. That's going to retire Nakagawa on a sacrifice. It's going to go into the books as a 2-4 putout. He's gone for the second out of the inning. It does advance Noguchi into scoring position. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Masahiro Nishino. Interesting that they would take the bat out of Nakagawa's hands. Now, not like Nakagawa's been hitting a ton here in the playoffs. And then they would put it into Nishino's hands. Nishino is 0 for 6 in the playoffs. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He has walked and scored a run. The Marine fans are really involved in this one. It looks like we may have a pinch hitter here. We'll have to get you caught up on that here in just a second. So that looks like it's the end of the night for Nishino, and the pinch hitter at first glance, and that's exactly who it is. Here comes T. Okada to the plate. So Okada to hit for Nishino. So that probably means it's either going to be Adachi or Gibbo going in to play second base. But T. Okada, the veteran left-handed hitting positional player for the Buffaloes. He's played in the outfield. He's played some first base. He's getting an opportunity here for his first playoff at bat. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So T. Okada here batting with 2 gone and in the hole with 1 strike on him here. The crowd gave him a well-rounded, warm ovation. So no balls and 1 strike. As the right-hander holds to the set. He checks the runner and now delivers. And it's a breaking ball that just misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1 to Okada. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow if there is another ball game, and if not, then it's a full week off. We get to rest our vocal cords and limber up and prepare for the Japan series if that is the case. There's a breaking ball swung on, fouled away, and it looks like it got a piece of the home plate umpire. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another one of those goofy ones. Last night, the home plate umpire took one, it looked like in the throat area. This one here, it looked like it caught the home plate umpire a little bit lower in the left shoulder area. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here to T. Okada. The runner at second base is Noguchi. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-2. Now, that was definitely some home cooking there. That call there looked like it was in the favor of T. Okada. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting, Teokata waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Tojo. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. I think you really want to get Teokata here. You don't want to face Tomoya Mori with 2 on. Mori could come to the plate and deposit one in the seats, and then it would be a completely different ball game, literally and figuratively. As we wait for the 3-2 offering, Okada has stepped out of the batter's box. Wants to reset himself. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. 2 gone here in the 7th. Runner at second. Tojo holds set. Checks the runner, now delivers. Breaking ball swung on and grounded foul, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. This one here is putting us to sleep a little bit here. Lots of delays here now in this one. Game has been pretty slick and pretty quick so far to this time. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined up the middle for a base hit. And they're going to throw on the brakes. Stopping at third is Noguchi. It's a single here for Teokata, and that's going to bring up Tomoya Mori to the plate. And for Mori tonight, it has been all him. But we are going to get a pinch runner over at first. It looks like it is going to be Ogino, who is coming in to run. And one would expect that would be the replacement for Teokata as well. A nice piece of hitting by Teokata, as he was able to smack the single into right center field. So it looks like Oshiro's checked out. It's Oshiro who is coming in to pinch run. As the night will be quickly over for Okada, just the pinch hit appearance. So the runner at first is Oshiro, but it looks like we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. Manager Yoshi has come out to the mound. It looks like that's going to be the end of the night for Tojo. I think they've made that change here, so we're going to just take a time out here, everybody. Hang tight. We've got a pitching change on our hands. We'll come back early if it's something different, but we'll get you that in just a couple moments. Yoshi has returned to the dugout. And we are getting a lefty on the mound. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Kishiro Sakamoto coming on in relief here, as he's going to runners at the corner situation. It is Oshiro over at first to pinch run for Teokata. The Tomoya Noguchi is the runner at third, and Tomoya Mori is the hitter. Mori, of course, in this one here tonight is 2 for 3, swinging the hot stick. He's got a home run and a double. He's knocked in 2 of the 3 runs. And he has also scored a run tonight here for the Buffaloes. So the left-handed hitting catcher has been involved in all the offensive production here tonight for the Buffs. Here's the first pitch. Fastball misses down and in, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Mori. with the hits here tonight, Maury is now 4 for 13 in the series. And they're going to need him if they're going to do some damage against the Tigers next weekend. As the right-hander or left-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes even to 1-1 on Maury. Seems like every time we've watched the Marines over the last month or so, it's always been Sakamoto getting up at some point or another out of the bullpen. No difference here tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball came up and in and knocks Maury right to the seat of his pants. It's going to run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. A little bit of chin music there for the Buffalo's right fielder. I have to say, he did hang in there well. That's a tough position to be in when you've got a lefty on the mound who's on the left side of the rubber trying to create angles against you. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. As the lefty kicks and fires, fastball misses down. It's now 3-1 to Maury. Our friend Rhodes Scholar says he just noticed the Wednesday Addams portrait. I think everybody should have a Wednesday Addams portrait, or maybe even a George Costanza on a couch portrait hanging in their homes. If you don't have that of something else, here comes the 3-1. There's a fastball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to be a walk. Maury is going to load the bases. Oh, if that doesn't get your coach upset, you bring a lefty in to try to get the lefty out. He ends up walking him, and now they load the bases, and it's going to be Leandro Cedeno coming to bat. And the pitching coach is on his full trot sprint out to the mound. So bases full of Marines here. As Kuroki makes his way to the mound to talk to his entire defense. Runner at third, Noguchi. Runner at second is Oshiro. The runner at first, Maury. Bases full of Buffaloes. It could be a major turning point in the game here. A base hit here could blow that thing apart. Our friend Road Scholar says, my brother has the Kramer framed like a Rembrandt. I've seen that as well. That is an absolute classic. I have to say, whoever comes up with some of this stuff, absolutely wonderful. Well, Cedeno coming up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 in this one. He has struck out twice, and he is grounded to second. So 0 for 3 on the evening, 3 for 15 in the series. And here comes the first offering from Sakamoto. Fastball swung on. This is lifted into straightaway center field. And back on the warning track and making the catch is the center fielder Fujiwara. That is going to do it here as the Buffaloes are going to be done. Well, Cedeno sent it for a ride. He just didn't get it deep enough. Our friend Veggie Weggie was probably wishing and hoping that that would have cleared the bases. No such luck there as Cedeno is gone for out number 3. No runs in the inning. There was a couple of hits. There was no errors and 3 runners left aboard. We're now through 7 complete. Your score is the Buffaloes 3 and the Chiba Lotte Marines no score. We'll be back in just a few with all the action here. This game here, the Marines are starting to run out of outs. We'll be back here in just a moment. We'll try to fire you up instead of with the cheerleaders from the Marines. We'll try the Lions cheerleaders with a little bit of a real sound in the background. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat in the batting order for Chiba here in the top of the 8th inning. At least that's scheduled to come to bat. Fujiwara, and then the top of the order, Ojino and Fujioka. Our friend Rhodes Scholar says the Lions will get them next year. The Lions, unfortunately, are a team that just can't seem to hang on to their star players. And when they do, their star players get into trouble, like Yamakawa, the first baseman, who is missed the entire season. He was basically completely whited out. No sign of him anywhere when I was there because of obviously that issue that he had with the rape charges that are still pending against him. First pitch breaking ball that is delivered. It is Sachiro Yamazaki on in relief here. He is going to be the third pitcher used by the Buffaloes in this one. As the pitch is a fastball that misses outside, it is now 2 balls and no strikes. So Sachiro Yamazaki on in relief. As the right-hander works to the belt and now delivers, it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike to Fujiwara. Just thinking of certain players on the roster and who they would be able to turn to. In this one here, as the pitch is delivered, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. This ball is trouble, and this ball is gone. A home run, a solo shot here to start the inning as Fujiwara delivers it into the seats. We had to wait on that one to see if it had enough legs, and it sure did. But that is going to cut the lead to 3-1. That is the first run scored in 16 innings by Chiba, and that is a 3-1 ball game now. That makes it all the more interesting. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Takashi Ojino. I was just about ready to check to see who they have on the bench, and maybe I was thinking, Fujiwara, what's he doing coming to bat here when you've got Oka still around? There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Ojino. Ojino 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a double in his 3 trips. Fujiwara had 3 home runs in the regular season. That was his first of the playoffs. There's a split finger pitch and misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1 to Ojino. Brains need base runners, and they need some people behind them to pound them home. There's the 1-1. Fastball misses up and in, and the count now goes to 2-1. The other thing I was looking at was the game sheet tonight to see what options there are available on the bench for the Buffaloes. We haven't seen Jacob Wagyu-Spack, but he is on the game sheet. Haven't seen him yet in the playoffs. The pitch is a fastball swung on and grounded foul down the third base line, and the count remains at 2-2. I was curious to see if he would be an option in this one potentially tonight. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ojino. Yudai Fujioka waits his turn on deck. And here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ojino. 8 for 24 in the playoffs for the Chiba right fielder. He's also been outstanding defensively. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. And Ojino, I don't think he wanted to swing at that pitch as much as to try to foul it away and spoil it off. But he goes in the books for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, Yudai Fujioka. Keep thinking third base because last year when Edney Hechavarria was in the Marines lineup, that's where Fujioka spent a lot of his time over at third. So 3-1 the score line here. There is 1 gone, nobody on here in the 8th. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball swung on and sliced foul down the third base line, and the count is 0-1 to Fujioka. We're getting into the deep water in this ball game as we are in the 8th inning. Right-hander against the left-hander. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes even to 1-1 to Fujioka. As we said, we will be back on the airwaves potentially tomorrow if the Marines are able to come back. But certainly next weekend, if it is the battle, it'll be the Tigers and one of these two teams. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded over to first. Bobbled by Gonzalez. He picks it up and he wins the race to the bag. It's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa, he is 1 for 3. Got a single in 3 trips. So 2 gone here in the 8th inning. As the right-hander Yamazaki ready to go again. Ishikawa, as we said, 1 for 3 tonight, 3 for 10 in the playoffs. Waiting here on the first offering, and the pitch is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1. Right-hander Yamazaki working to the set. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2. One thing I don't know why I ended up looking at Baseball Savant today, but they have a statistic of how fast the pitchers work when there's nobody on base. And I think it was the fastest pitcher in all of baseball was Wade Miley. It was down around 13 seconds. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that is lifted down the right field line, but it's going to slice into the seats. Count is 0-2. I have to say that if the pitch clock comes to the NPB next year, it's probably not a bad thing. The starting pitchers certainly can keep a pretty good pace, but the relievers, when they come into the game, they're on a whole different time. Here comes the 0-2 offering as Yamazaki holds to the set. Pitch on the way. It's a split figure pitch. It misses down, and it's now 1-2 to Ishikawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. If it is the Tigers and the Buffaloes, we'll give you all that live next week when that series begins next Saturday night. Or North American time, it would be Friday into Saturday morning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 1-2. And I haven't seen the announced times on the games, but if I remember from last year, the games, I think, went off at 6:30 local time. So that'll be 2:30 on the west coast of Canada and the United States, or a 5:30 a.m. first pitch, so about a half hour later than normal. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as Yamazaki holds set. And the pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the first base side. The count remains at 1-2 to Ishikawa. Ishikawa starting to give Yamazaki quite the at-bat. This is going to be pitch number 7 coming up here in just a moment. So the right-hander leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher. Now he works himself to the belt. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball that misses way outside. The count now goes to 2-2 on Ishikawa. We are here in the 8th inning. Chiba batting in their half. They got 1 run on the board on the home run by Fujiwara here to cut the lead to 3-1. There comes the pitch to Ishikawa. Breaking ball swung on, lifted into straightaway center field. Racing back on it is Nakagawa. He makes the catch on the warning track and hauls it in. And that is going to do it as Ishikawa goes in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run in the inning on the home run by Fujiwara. There was 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom half of the 8th inning. It is the Marines trailing the Buffaloes 3-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll see what we have when we return. Is it going to be a pitching change, or is it going to be the same pitcher rolling back out? We're going to have to wait and see when we come back. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you guys for listening in. Welcome back, everybody. It is a 3-1 ball game for the Buffaloes. We'll be right back in just a few as they look to try to add to their lead. Welcome back, everybody. It is Yutaro Sugimoto, Yumamune, and Kenya Wakatsuki scheduled to come to bat here. As it will be them facing the right-hander, and it is going to be Sawada coming in. As we've seen the 29-year-old a few times, as he is going to be pitcher number 6 used tonight by the Marines. So Sawada on in relief, and he gets Yutaro Sugimoto to lead it off. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball swung on. It is chopped over to the shortstop. Fujioka fields it. He throws to first. And where was Sugimoto? I wonder what's going to happen here. Sugimoto didn't even make it to the 45-foot stripe. He's limping off the field as the trainer comes out. He's taking all his stuff down. So I have a feeling his night could be over. That's a ground out 6-3. He probably would have been coming out for defensive reasons anyway, but now that just expedited the process up. We'll take a look at this here when he came out of the batter's box. Oh, yeah, it was about 3 steps out of the box, and it looked like it was his right knee or his quadricep. If he's out of the lineup next week, that'll be a big loss for the Buffaloes. And that's assuming that they would hold on to win the game here in this one. But he's gone for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up Yumamune. And here comes the first offering to Mune. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the left-handed hitting third baseman of the Buffaloes. Mune has really enjoyed himself over the last couple of games in this series. He is now 5 for 14. Fastball swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at first base, and the count now is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The reliever Sawada on in relief. As the right-hander leans in and he gets his sign here. Keisuke Sawada, pitcher number 6 used here this evening. Pitch on the way, and it is a fastball that the batter, Mune, has to hopscotch out of the way on. That goes all the way to the backstop. So here comes the 2-1 pitch as the right-hander leans in, gets the sign. And now they kick and deliver. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to be a 1-out single for Mune. He's aboard with a base hit. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. So I have to say the Yuma Mune swinging the hot bat at the right time here. Had himself a below average regular season by his standards that he's set for himself for the last couple of years. But Mune in this situation, he gets himself a knock. That will bring Wakatsuki to the plate. So for Wakatsuki, he is 0 for 3 in this one. He struck out looking. He lined to the pitcher and lined to right field. He's hit the ball a couple of times hard in play. That line out to the pitcher and line out to the right fielder could have fell in for him in maybe other parks. There's a fastball that misses down, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. We're here in the last half of the 8th inning. It is a 3-1 lead currently for the for the Buffaloes over the Marines. Wakatsuki here waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering. But now he's asked for time, and he steps out of the batter's box. Sawada going down into the chalk, ready to go here. Can be utterly frustrating sometimes with the way that the hitters will call time. Maybe in another circumstance, maybe a fastball inside that misses the hands but gets the rest of the body could be in order at some point. As they fire over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Mune. So 1 ball and no strikes to Wakatsuki. Wakatsuki waggling the bat here, waiting on the offering from Sawada. Here comes the 1-0. There's a fastball swung on it. It's popped up. It's in foul territory over on the third base side. But that ball is going to drift back into the seats, and that's going to run the count now even at 1-1 to Wakatsuki. One ball and 1 strike. Sawada gets himself a new baseball, rubs it up, and we're ready to go back at it again. Sato behind the plate, giving his signs to the right-hander. Here comes the 1-1, but instead they throw over to first, and diving back in time is the base runner, Yuma Mune. Good thing we got ourselves a cup of tea in between the innings. We may need to do another one at this pace. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, coming to bat for Chiba will be Polanco, Chitani, and Yasuda. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, tap foul over on the third base side. The count now goes to 1-2 on Wakatsuki. One ball and 2 strikes to the Buffalo right-handed hitting catcher. Had a nice night last night with 3 hits, and he's swung the bat well again here tonight. But he just doesn't have anything to show for it on the offensive ledger. Here comes the 1-2. That's Sawada holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. It's playable. Moving in on it is Ogino. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Wakatsuki for the 2nd out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. Well, for Gonzalez, having a rough night tonight. He is 0 for 3. He has struck out, he's grounded out, and he has flown out. Batting tonight from the left side against Sawada. I don't know if he's had an appearance outside of the 2 he had or the 1 he had against the starter. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 1-0. And then, of course, the reliever Azuma came into the ball game, and I believe he faced him as well. Sometimes hard when you've got 3 or 4 or 5 different pitchers that you may see through the ball game. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Gonzalez. Bottom of the 8th inning, it is a 3-1 lead here for the Buffaloes. Our ticker is a little bit out of date here. We'll update that so we can keep that for you there, as they did score a run in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 2-1 on Gonzalez. As we said before, the pitch count more than anything would be great for the relievers. I was starting to say in the last half inning, it was Wade Miley. I think it was like 13.6 seconds between pitches when there was nobody on. There's a fastball swung on. This is going to be lifted into deep center field. Moving back on it is Fujiwara. He's there and makes the catch. And that is going to do it. Well, we're going to the 9th inning. The Marines have got their last little bit of life left in them. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Score through 8. It is a 3-1 lead for the Buffaloes. Hang tight. The manager, Nakajima, coming out, making a pitching change. We'll get that for you when we come back in just a few. Appreciate you all for being here. We'll be right back after this.
Happy trails to you.
Not quite yet ready for Steve doing some singing. We still got another half inning to go here, so hang tight. We'll give him a beer because it looks like he has jumped the gun. It is going to be a pitching change, and it's going to be Yoshi Hirano coming in. We'll be back with the specs here in just a moment.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Appreciate Steve, and your support of the channel. It is our friend, the living room, who is demanding more and more Steve every single time. Hirano has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to resume the action. Sugimoto is out of the ball game. We have a new left fielder. That is going to be Oda, who's going to be taking over there. And in right field, we have a new right fielder for Tomoya Mori, and that is going to be Haruto Watanabe. And Watanabe is in the ball game here. So Gregory Polanco stepping to the plate, as he'll be facing the closer here for the Buffaloes, a 3-1 lead. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Polanco. Polanco 0 for 3 in this one. He's grounded to short. He has bounced into a fielder's choice, and he has struck out in his 3 trips to the plate. As the right-hander Hirano kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right center field. This ball could be trouble. Moving back and looking up, and this ball's gone. A home run. And that is going to cut the lead to 3-2. So our friend Rhodes Scholar is a scholar and a prophet, as he predicted that something like this might happen. And it is Gregory Polanco who has cut the lead to 1. The solo shot here to lead off the 9th inning. So the Marines are not dead yet. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Kenta Chitani. And Chitani tonight is 2 for 3. He's got a couple of singles in his 3 trips. 2 for 8 now in the playoffs for the second baseman. He got the start over Shogo Nakamura. Nakamura has been absolutely abysmal at the plate in the playoffs. Kind of feel bad for him. I really do like the captain of the Marines. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is 0-1. And it is not Chitani here. It is going to be Katsuya Kakanaka on the pinch hit for him here. So they're pulling out all stops. So no balls and 1 strike to Kakanaka. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball down. They appeal to the third base umpire, but they say it didn't go. Counts 1-1. I would think that maybe Mike Brosu might be swinging a bat because he is in scoring position when he comes to the plate. Fastball swung on, chopped slowly over to second. They're going to have to hurry to get Kakanaka. The throw is to first, and Oshiro, who had to really charge the ball to get it, is going to be able to get the out, as that is going to go down as a ground out, 4-3. So 1 gone here, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. You want to talk about somebody who's been clutch in the playoffs, Yasuda has been your guy. 1 for 3 tonight, 8 for 24 in the playoffs. He's got no homers and 6 RBIs. Right now, it's only a 2.5-hour affair on this game. I would think the Pacific League's got to put some calls in to say, hey, we got to get some more commercial timeouts. Split finger pitch misses down, and the count is 1-0. They got 2 outs to try to fabricate 1 run to Chiba. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded to the right side. Fielded by the second baseman, Oshiro, who throws to first. Yasuda in the books, ground out 4-3, and now they're down to their final out are the Marines. The Buffalo's crowd is cheering wildly in anticipation. They could be going back to the Japan series for the 3rd consecutive year. They lost the final in 2021. They won it last year, or in 2022. And here we are in 2023 with their chance to go back again. But this time the opponent will be different. We know it's the Hanshin Tigers. And here comes the first offering as the righty delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line, but it's going to slice into the seats foul. Count is 0-1 to Koki Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi 0 for 3 in this one tonight, 2 for 19 in the playoffs. Buffalo's trying to close this one out here. They have themselves the lead. 3-2. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes even to 1-1. Yamaguchi does have some pop in the stick. But as we said, he has not been swinging a hot bat. That is for sure. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled off into the feet of Yamaguchi. One ball and 2 strikes. Now the Marines are down to their final strike. It was 14 home runs on the year for Yamaguchi. He does have the ability to put the ball into the seats. The right-hander gets the side. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball misses well off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Yamaguchi. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Split finger pitch swung on and grounded foul by the third base coach's box, and the count remains at 2-2. So Yamaguchi giving Hirano a battle here. Hirano trying to win it out. 3-2, top of the ninth inning. Buffaloes have the lead. They are one strike away from going to the Japan series for the third consecutive year. Hirano revs up the baseball, and he's ready to go to work again. As he kicks and delivers, there is another split finger pitch, this time swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Six pitches in this at bat already to Yamaguchi. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Marine fans cheering wildly for their team, trying to urge them on. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. It is going to be lined to third. What a play by Mune. That is going to end the ball game as Yamaguchi hit the ball on the screws. And everybody, we are going to introduce you to the 2023 Pacific League champions, the Orix Buffaloes. It is going to be a Battle of Osaka in 1 week's time. You got a full 7 days off before the series begins. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments to wrap this one up for you. And you get a chance to hear our friend Steve sing.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Each smile comes back again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.
Welcome back, everybody. Just to wrap this one up for you, we'll give you all the recaps here. In the first inning, the Buffaloes got the scoring going with 1 out. It was a walk to Masahiro Nishino, and Tomoya Mori stepped up and deposited a 2-run homer into the right field seats to give the Buffaloes a 2-0 lead. They added to their lead in the 6th inning. When Mori again was at it, he led off with a double. After Cedeno grounded out to advance him to third, Taro Sugimoto stepped up and had an RBI double to bring home Mori with the 3rd run of the ballgame. But the Buffaloes almost let the Marines back in it. It was too late for Chiba. In the 8th inning, it was a leadoff home run by Kyoto Fujiwara that cut the lead to 3-1. And then Gregory Polanco in the top of the 9th repeated the same effect. He hit a solo shot, and that is cut the lead to 3-2, and that is where the game ended. There will be no tomorrow, and that means there's no Roki Sasaki to come to pitch, as his season is over with the rest of his ball clubs. Well, everybody, we appreciate you guys for being here. It'll be a week from tonight that we will be back on the airwaves again. That is 7 days away for all the calls and all the action. Once again, we appreciate you guys listening to the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel and our old school radio broadcast. Everybody that popped into the stream tonight, we give you our deepest and sincerest bow. And hopefully you guys can come and listen to us again next week when we call the Tigers and the Buffaloes. Have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you again on the flip side. We appreciate you guys for listening in tonight. Have a great night, everyone.